Wow. But then, as I said, and as from an outside, I'm thinking, you've got Death Row that's making hundreds of millions. You've got the number one artist around. This is what your producer. So your producer just, well, I'll just make the music. I could be in a different studio, but I'll just keep making the music. But from your point of view, is because of how your upbringing, you just thought that it might be too dangerous just to get too involved, or what was the feeling?
It wasn't necessarily too dangerous. It was just chaotic, where it's kind of like, being a child, and when your parents go out of town for the weekend, you throw a party, you just start wilding out, So that's what it felt like. Like once Suge went away, now everybody is wild and everybody wants to fill those shoes. Everybody wants to be the CEO. It was just chaotic. It was too chaotic for me.
Okay.
So I didn't feel like that. I didn't see success at the end of the rainbow. So my whole thing was, I just went on and I started producing other people at that time. So I was already producing other people anyway. I went on to produce R. Kelly. I went on to produce Will Smith.
Okay.
I went on to produce Snoop, because Snoop had left Death Row.
Okay. So I mean, let's go to that then. So you were there when Snoop was with Death Row then, and when he left, did he leave after Dre or before Dre?
He left after.
Okay. So you were still there, but when he left, how did you feel about him leaving? Because
I felt that he made the right decision, because again, the business wasn't right. He was, you got the biggest star in the world at the time, and he's broke. Because he said it numerous of times, in interviews, it's like, he was broke because, again, Suge was keeping all the money.
Wow.
So you got the biggest artist in the world, and he has, a house and cars and everything, but everything is in Death Row's name. The house, the cars.
Could none of you do anything? Because you said you didn't get your back end. Couldn't you guys say, "Come on, Suge, what's going on? Where's my stuff?" Or
I mean, we would, me. I questioned him about it once, and he just kind of he sugarcoated it, kind of like, "Oh yeah, we'll get that taken care of," but nothing never happened. We'll get that taken care of, but hey, need you to do another record on Danny Boy. So
it's your 10,000.
Yeah, go get your $10,000. You know what I mean? So, but so I was actually I was happy when Snoop left. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew that the artist that he was, he definitely deserved, to be compensated, for the work and for what he had achieved in hip hop at the time.
Yeah.
So he went on to sign to Master P, and he called me in quick, and we ended up working on that album.
Okay.
With him over there. Yeah.
So the before we move on to that, did you what was it like seeing Pac? Because after Dre left, did Pac become a lot more a focal sort of central figure?
Yes, Pac was the considered like the leader. Because Pac was working on his album. Dre did California Love, and Dre left right after California Love.
Okay.
And but Pac's album was then produced by everybody else, Daz, Quick, and whoever else, Johnny J, and a few other producers. And then of course soon after the album came out, Pac got killed, but Pac was kind of like the leader at the time, because Pac had, it was two studio rooms and at Can-Am, and Pac had both rooms going at the same time.
Wow.
So he had producers working on a record in one room and producers working on a record in another room, And Pac was literally going back and forth. And Pac would I've never seen Pac write anything down.
Wow.
Pac would listen to the music, and I literally would see Pac rapping like to himself, and then he would go into the booth and just knock it out.
Wow.
I had never seen that. It was incredible. So, yeah, but Pac, the mission was to get Pac's album done at the time, as soon as possible. And unfortunately, he got killed, not too long after that. But yeah,
I mean, I think we saw him through the eyes of the media and his persona in the media. But when you do see him in person, when there's no cameras, how would you describe the type of artist and person he was?
The same as you see on TV. Like he wasn't. Okay. he wasn't fake. I mean, he can either be, your best friend, or if he didn't like something, he can be your worst enemy. It's exactly what you see on TV. You see the nice, cool Pac, doing the interview, and then you see the Pac that's either socking or spitting on the photographer. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But he was serious about his work, about the music and working hard.
Yeah, I think Pac was on a mission. I think Pac had plans, further down the road. I forget how many albums that he had signed to Death Row, but he was definitely on a mission to get those albums done for some reason.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and again, when he came over to Death Row, the whole work ethic and energy changed. Like he came in there and was like knocking songs out daily. Pac would spend a night at the studio for a couple of days. Yeah, like he was that guy.
But did the other artists then take note and think, oh, we need to up our game? Were they still slouching, or did they?
No. Everybody, he changed the momentum. Yes, everybody had to pick it up. Everybody had to change their whole attitude and energy when it came to to how we were working, because we were also back then. We were not only working, but we was doing a lot of partying too. Yes. We worked, but we also partied. But Pac kind of changed, that he kind of changed that flow, and it kind of changed how the work ethic was looked at over there at that time.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of the Halftime Chat community. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. But most importantly, why don't you consider being a member? That's a way of supporting the channel, but also getting a lot of videos ahead of time, a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and some exclusive content that doesn't get shared. But anyway, thanks for watching, and thanks for being part of Halftime Chat. Sweet.